alright, story time. Specifically, con horror stories. I have made a poll about a year ago now. Not really, it's been like half a year. But we're going to call it a year because that sounds more impressive. Anyways, this was a convention and I met my best friend, Kona Fasbaton, and also October, of course. Let me first tell you that story. So, they knock on the door, Kona looks up at me, he's like, whoa, you're tall. I'm like, yes, that's true, I am tall. That's like, yeah, that's a physical feature that I have, I guess. I walk in, we get ready, go down the hall, elevator button ding, October looks at me, randomly, out of nowhere, just says, you know, I thought you were going to murder us. And I was like, okay, how did you know? No, I'm just kidding. I was like, well, that's interesting. Definitely not my plan, but luckily for you, that's still coming. Just kidding. I'm not gonna murder them. Guys, guys, listen. I wouldn't do it. I would hire someone. Anyways, that was just a funny story to get it started. The actual horror story comes with, we walk into the convention hall through the heat because the Megaplex, when we went there, was a hotel and then a convention hall right next to the side of it. So we walked through the heat, it was hot as fuck, I hated it. We walk into the convention hall and there's like a group of people instantly come at us and they're like, hey, let's go do this. We're gonna stand in a circle. So we all stand in a circle. We're like, okay, we're fine, we're doing this. Stand in a circle. He's like, okay, listen up. This is what we're gonna do. Everybody hold hands. So we hold hands. Someone walks up behind me and like, I'm 6'3", like I said, I'm very tall. This dude, this tall, picks me up bear hug style, carries me away. I'm like, help? I'm being kidnapped? I wasn't, luckily. He put me back down, but it was very odd and it kind of hurt my stomach. It was not very comfortable, so let's just keep it at that. A few hours after the rave ended, we were tired, so we go back to the room, and it was raining really heavily, and back then I just wore feet paws very often, and I didn't want to get my feet paws wet in the rain, so we went down to the restaurant area of the hotel, and I don't want to get my feet paws wet. I'm just gonna go barefoot. What's the worst that can happen? They can't kick me out. I am God. And they didn't kick me out, luckily. It did say no bare feet, but apparently they didn't care enough because it was 3 a.m. and they were working minimum wage. That's probably why. So we get to the restaurant. It's closed for dine-in, but you can take out. We go into the line because there's like a small line. Order the food. I order my food. I step out. There's these people behind Kona. Kona's ordering the food. And they just walk up to me. They give me a hug. So they didn't ask. They hugged me for like 15 seconds. They're pissed drunk. They look me up and down. They're like pissed drunk and say, I like your feet. Can I lick them later? And according to October, I tried to step out of my feet at that very moment. I was not prepared for that. I was 18 at the time, and that guy was like 30 something. It was very uncomfortable, and I didn't know what to do. Something like that had never happened to me before. Apparently it was hilarious because my friends were laughing their ass off. Not Kona. Kona was standing right next to so entranced. They're like, oh, I want to get a burger. Yummy, yummy, yummy. They couldn't hear it. They didn't hear it at all. So that was kind of funny. This is Xed. I am Xed. I decided to end the video because it was getting hot and I wanted to get a drink. And then I remembered I should probably end the video. So, goodbye!